Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. Kevin Pereira, good to see you.
I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
On the old program today, Steve-O returns to Attack of the Show. Tries to kill our set with a ladder. He might have also accidentally created an FCC violation on live TV, so there's that. Was it for his hand tats? Yeah, I was gonna say something and I let it slide. I'm not a good censor. Then Sarah Underwood jumps into a chopper to cook wieners and buns on a warship. It was for Fleet Week.
What did his dad say?
Huh?
What did he say?
You can't.
Focus on me. Focus on me. Oh.
Yeah.
And Jason Mewes enlists in our viewer army. We will have never-before-seen footage of Jay versus E3. Plus, Chris Score is here to talk about meth dealing and vampire sex. What else? And an all-new weekend edition of DVD Tuesday. But right now, it's time to run down the top 5 things of the web this week. Or 4. 5?
Yeah. Who knows?
How many? 3!
Score on the net.
We'll start off today's list at number 3 with some playground equipment that definitely wouldn't pass modern safety standards.
Which is exactly why it looks so damn fun.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh.
It was an accident.
Oh,
Just like that kid.
Kevin, that kid was not an accident.
You don't know.
It was a pleasant surprise. Maybe.
Is that how your parents candy coated it?
We were all accidents. We asked you, what's the name of this park?
Sir Helsing 420 said, "A child left behind park." I remember that.
And Filthy Tagger said, Six Flags Moscow.
Ah, I like that. That was pretty good. Actually, it just could have been any Six Flags, if you've ever been to one. Japan has long been home to some of the world's most incredible and disciplined martial artists. Beautiful place.
And also, this guy. That's my favorite part.
You like that one?
This one.
I like the part where he hosted the Wheel of Fish. Anyone? Nobody?
Ow.
Okay, hey, Scott, thank you. Thanks, Scott. We asked you, what's the name of his fighting technique?
Silver Six said Kung Fu.
Techman89 said it was the old epic flail. Hey, no, I'll remember that. I'm supporting that.
There are precious few moments in your life when you will truly be at the center of attention. Birthdays, weddings, and graduation.
Yeah, so when you're in the spotlight, try not to mess it up, or you're gonna end up on our show as the #1 item.
Rachel Michelle Hutchinson.
We asked you, what did this girl major in?
Joe Kun77 said, floor studies at the School of Hard Knocks.
James 176 said drama for dummies.
And Thrash Ruski said, anthropology.
Yeah. I like that one. That's my favorite. Why did it get the wah wah?
Can we give Candace the horn too? Do we still have it? Okay, good, thank you. Hey, to get your daily Bible fix.
I do not get the horn.
What did you think they were gonna do? What did you really think? Can we get a cool? Do we have that? Let's just throw a whole bunch of graphics on the screen. Cool. There we go. Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Cool. Let's go.
No.
Y'all are so mean to me.
Oh, man.
Y'all have been so mean to me this week.
I love it.
With
Yes,
the
we have.
bugs and all the jokes, and now I'm not cool, and I get the went wah. Go. I hate you. Go. I'm gonna go for you. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/.
Bugs on the show! Their graphics! Mom!
Go!
Still ahead, we're gonna run our hands all over the slimmest and fastest phone on the Verizon 4G network. Gadget Prime.
That's not a sincere hug. I don't like it.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Butterfinger Snackers. Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my Butterfinger Snackers.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Most phones carry multi-year contracts. Pick poorly and you are stuck.
Fortunately, there's Gadgetron, and it's the best of viewer-requested Android Week.
Do you want the slimmest phone on Verizon's 4G network? Well, Samsung is betting that you do with the Droid Charge. Its 4.3-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen and Android OS will help you navigate mountains of multimedia as well as thousands of apps, while its 4G connectivity will blaze through downloads. There's also a front and rear-facing camera, all squeezed into a phone under half an inch thick for $180 with a contract.
Now let's turn our attention to viewer-requested telephones.
The Droid Charge feels about the same as the other Android phones we've had on this week. Pretty light, pretty thin.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's funny because I think in our minds we think of this as feeling cheap because it's plasticky and light, but that's an
Expensive
old...
things used to be heavy.
They used to be
That's
heavy.
it.
Like if you had a dual cassette recorder with a turntable and you picked it up and you're like, it's light, it's a piece of crap. But it's not. That's just how things are now. They are light, and it is incredibly light.
Well, the phone works a lot like yesterday's Samsung Infuse. Oddly enough, also made by Samsung.
She's still working out over
Yes,
there.
she is.
It's so bizarre.
There's no camera on her. It's not a joke for her, Chris. She really wants to work out during commercial breaks.
She is in it to win it.
She really wants
473! Don't talk! Keep doing
I've
it!
attached it to my foot.
Oh my gosh.
They're multi-purpose.
So the phone is basically, you can see here, it's great. It's got all of the...
Nothing bad or unexpected.
Nothing unexpected at all, Kevin. It's the same version of Android 2.2, most of the same pre-installed apps, including the new Samsung Media Hub, which is a very iTunes-like selection of movies and TV shows to rent or buy. There are some notable differences here, though. The Infuse is AT&T. This one is on Verizon. The phone has hardware buttons for navigation. And yesterday's phone, the Infuse, had a 1.2 gigahertz processor.
Wait, is this one different?
This one has a 1 gigahertz processor. But I know, if you if you can measure those speeds with your brain somehow, but it handles really intense games like
She's still
QWERTY pretty
camel
well.
kicking. It's so distracting.
Yeah.
I just have no idea what's going on over
It
there.
really
I'm
is.
just exercising. I
got
gotta
it.
get it in when I can.
I give this a 5 out of 5.
All right, so the cameras on these phones are never as good as we want them to be. We always complain.
Whatever.
Is the charge any difference?
Yeah, this one's pretty good. Pictures were all well exposed. Colors were nicely saturated. We did have some soft focus light issues and low light. The LED flash is bright. It's just not very flattering. That guy looks like he's talking on a banana there.
Yeah. Which, that only has a 1 gigahertz processor as well.
It's not very flattering. It'll make it look like you're talking on a banana.
That's weird.
In pictures.
Is the screen just as vibrant as yesterday's?
Totally vibrant, Kevin. Vibrant. It has a super bright, super AMOLED screen. And then this one has a little
Sorry,
bit...
I asked if it was vibrant.
It is vibrant.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's very jazzy. It has a lot of personality.
Whimsy's just pouring through.
It's very charismatic, like Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
This one is a hair smaller at 4.3 inches, though.
All right, Verizon's 4G coverage is likely still the fastest?
Yes, it is. It is. We use the speed test app and clock some amazingly fast blazing download speeds. This one averaged around 15 megabits per second. We did see speeds as high as 32 megabits a second. I recommend you check if there's good 4G LTE coverage in your area. It's not everywhere before you sign up.
All right, $180 with a contract on Amazon Wireless. What's the verdict?
Kevin, 4 out of 5. Unheard of or heard of. The Droid Charge isn't the fastest Android out there, but it is well designed and the 4G service is astounding. So light, great, powerful. I don't know what else to say. Nice phone.
Thank you, Chris Hardwick.
Thank you, Kevin Pereira. Nice to see you.
That's it for today's Gadget Prawn. Sorry, I missed the follow-up.
I missed it too.
If you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, or email us at g42.com/gadgetprawn.
Yay!
That doesn't sound disturbing at all.
Still ahead, Steve Jobs has a new patent that will turn your iPhone camera off, whether you like it or not.
I don't like it.
Adams has all the details in the feed. I don't like it either. Then brace yourselves for some never-before-seen footage of Jason Mewes turned loose at E3. Will no one think of the booth babes?
And later, Jackass Wildman Steve-O is here to plug his book and play with our ladder. Don't try the last one at home.
The only way to deal with a financial crisis is to run that ass down to the bank and get them ducats out. Banks are first skanks.
All the news you need to know. Feed.
Hey, I'm Kristen Adams. It's Friday, June 17th. Thanks. Here are your top stories. Apple has filed patents for a technology that would disable your iPhone camera if you try to photograph a live event. Crazy. It's pretty simple. Infrared emitters installed at the venue would send signals to iPhones telling them to shut down their cameras. Anything from sporting events, concerts, and comedy shows could use the technology to keep low-quality, shaky bootleg clips off the internet. So keep that old flip cam handy if you've got Aerosmith tickets, because Steven Tyler will fall off the stage. He will. Guaranteed. A walker with a scarf tied to it. We've got, what? Yeah, a scarf, you know, that's a signature thing. It'd be cool. We've got good news for recreational drug users. Magic mushrooms may have medicinal properties. And nope, we're not talking about the kind of fungi Mario throws in video games. I just wanted to say fungi. When do you get to say that?
You're talking about me. I'm a fungi.
That warrants the shaky shoulder laugh.
Hey, I'll take it. But you know
Funny.
what? I didn't get a wah-wah horn.
That's true. That's true. Very true. All right, anyways.
What was that? What was that, Kevin? Wasn't me.
Kristen Adams.
All right. A new medical study reveals that psilocybin, the hallucinogenic ingredient in psychedelic mushrooms, fills users with a deep feeling of well-being and could be useful in treating depression, anxiety, and even addiction. But researchers caution that only a small doctor-prescribed amount, okay, not the kind that you would find in a drug dealer's house, should be ingested. So don't turn on that lava lamp just yet, all right? And finally, it's not quite... I can't talk. Let me start over. And finally, it's not quite Soylent Green, but a Japanese scientist has developed an artificial meat made from sewage. Yup, the meat-like product, I say meat-like product, is made from a combination of soya, steak sauce, and human feces. I wish I was making that up. The scientist hopes that the new meat is an efficient way to recycle and solve the world's hunger crisis. But I don't care how hungry I am, I will not eat poop meat. I won't do it. I'm Kristen Adams, and you've just been fed, although it's kind of an odd tagline after the poop meat story. But anyways, back to Kevin and Candace.
Thank you, Chris Adams.
I want to throw up now.
How would you have your poop meat cooked? Medium rare?
Don't make me.
Because you want it a little red on the inside. Right, okay. Now, new technology, it's cool. Especially when it turns your poop into a burger.
Stop it!
But
You're
it
grossing me
doesn't
out.
usually give guys boners.
Jason Mewes is the exception to that rule.
Hello, Jason Mewes here, and we are at E3. We're about to go walk inside. We have people staring at us like, why does that guy have a camera and a microphone on him? You know why? Because we're about to play games on Attack of the Show, baby. But we're lost. I am playing Resistance 3 in 3D, man. Honestly, I've never played a game in 3D and it looks really cool. There he is, get him. Yeah, what? The bullets come right at you, dude, it's awesome. Grenade, grenade. Video games in 3D, what more can you ask for? We're in the VIP section. This is only where you can get in if you're part of Attack of the Show. We're gonna check out the Wii U. I've not seen or touched it yet.
Okay, well
I
now
have now.
Are you caressing it? Wow, okay. All right.
It's good. Honestly, it feels good in the hand. It's like nice spread apart. They have the buttons back here, and it's good. I like it. 3, 2, 1, yeah! J-Muse, Wii U, Attack of the Show, Boner City, baby. Now we're waiting online to go see the PS Vita, because we are living in Vita Loca. That was a really corny joke, but I said it anyway. I'm playing Little Big Planet.
So if you tilt your screen towards me, that platform's gonna swing right over to that point.
Oh, no, you didn't. There's a back screen, and I gotta touch it to get it going. No fingers except the back. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get this. Wait, I'm playing, look at that, robots in the air. There's the robot, I gotta get him, there I go. I just checked out the PS Vita, dude. I actually played it. You can touch the front screen, you can touch the back screen, front, back. It's amazing, dude. We're gonna go check out Infinity Ward now. I'm about to go and see the demo of Modern Warfare 3, man. I had to make out with 2 dudes from the company to get in there. I won't mention their names because they said, how far does this go right now?
Infinite, my friend, infinite.
Oh, dogs? Is there dogs? Did they get dogs or they're just automatic? It's awesome, man. I just got done playing Modern Warfare demo, Modern Warfare 3. Oh my God, I got to play the PS3 Vita. I got to play the Wii U. Resistance 3 in 3D, man. Oh my God, dude, I'm not even kidding. I cursed, sorry. Thank you so much, Attack of the Show, for letting me be a member of your viewer army, man. This is awesome. I'm gonna go check out more stuff. G4, Attack of the Show, Muse, Nooch.
The U.S. Navy welcomes Sarah Underwood aboard their vessels.
Yeah, and she saluted them by cooking up a mess in the mess hall.
Here at Fleet Week in New York City, it's incredible to walk the decks of these massive ships. But what I really want to know is, what's the day in the life of a sailor really like? So take me through your day. What's your life like in the day of Fireman Dotson?
Dirty.
Dirty?
Real dirty.
What time do you get up?
We have a regularly call at 0600. I usually get around 0615, do my hygiene, go eat breakfast. And we have quarters around 0730. So our day starts around 0800. We have PMS to do, miss preventive maintenance, miss checks that we do on the engine and other equipment that we have down here, ensuring that nothing happens, cleaning, making sure everything's operating properly.
So when you're done at night, what do you do for fun?
I sleep.
How many guys sleep in one berthing area at a time?
The berthings are broken down by department, so I think in this berthing compartment we hold about 40. But this is a Marine berthing, and when we deploy, we take up to 800 Marines.
And I understand there's kind of like strict rules for the guys in this area.
This is a big no-no right now. No females in male berthings, no males in female berthings. So if a member of the opposite sex was going to come into the berthing, they'd announce, like knock at the door, announce, hey, male on deck. They're not supposed to be hanging out or staying in the berthings for long periods of time.
All right, guys, good night. I'm going to bed. Bye. How many mouths a day do you feed?
It's about 2,000. It's Wednesday, so we have burgers. It's burgers, veggie burgers, hot dogs, fries, fast food type stuff.
Can you sort of take me through a day in the life of your job here on the ship every day?
Sure. On our longer days, we usually get up at 4 o'clock to be to work at 4:30. We serve breakfast for about 2 hours, starting at 5:30. And then we spend the most of the morning prepping for lunch. When we're underway, lunch goes longer, so we start at 10:30 and finish maybe about 2 o'clock or so, I'd say. And then dinner opens right back up at 4 o'clock. So we're on the go nonstop all day.
Well, can I kind of help you out in the kitchen?
Sure, absolutely. I can take you over to the grill if you want to flip some burgers.
Do it. Yeah. Look who's cooking. working, Mom. You'd be so proud. On these tours, I like to stop off at the gym. I want to look good for these sailors.
Typical day for me would be to wake up in the morning about 04:30 to get a little exercise in, hopefully in one of many gyms that we have on board the ship. And then I attend a series of meetings that can pertain to anything from the ship's training to the captain just kind of giving us some guidance and feedback. And then I meet with my chief petty officers and we go execute that vision that the captain has. And then after that, I'm pretty much walking around to each workstation, kind of getting feedback from the sailors and making sure that command is giving them everything they need to go execute their job and execute the ship's mission.
This is exciting. This is where you're from, and you're coming home for Fleet Week. What's it like being a part of an event like this and being from here yourself?
It was just an absolute emotional moment for me. I love New York. I'll always be a New Yorker. It was just an incredible, incredible honor. I feel like I'm the luckiest man in the Navy.
While the rest of the officers went on shore to enjoy the sights of New York City, they left me with a very important mission. I wonder if they want me to sweep the whole thing.
This Tuesday, prepare to face danger with Jackass's Ryan Dunn and video game vixen Jessica Chobot in an all-new episode of Proving Ground.
Check out g4tv.com/provingground for more.
Stay tuned, a clean and sober Steve-O returns to the tab.
He's got a new book of war stories from his Jackass years, so stick around.
The feed is brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance Services. For the best car insurance rates online, go to the General and save some time.
It's required reading for anyone that's thinking of stapling something to their genitals. So.
Hi, I'm Steve-O. And long before Jackass, I dreamed of being a professional idiot. My dreams came true. I did a lot of dumb stuff. And I mean a lot of dumb stuff. My life got pretty out of control. And ultimately, my dream turned into a nightmare.
Oh, bad news, bad news, bad news.
I don't know how, but I live to tell my story.
I'm so glad you're here on different terms. Please welcome back Steve-O, everybody. Dude, hi, brother. I told you last time you were here, I'm a huge fan of the new Steve-O, and the book is riveting. It's a fantastic read, so congrats on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I say that it's kind of like a million little pieces, but you don't have to apologize to Oprah about it. Like, it's real. You lived this life.
Right.
This is insane. What's crazy is that we Steve-O's coming on the show. We're talking about it, and people could imagine that you have done anything, but when they find out that you're like a hardcore vegan or a vegetarian, they go, "What? Steve-O's he doesn't eat meat? That's crazy." For some reason, you're that crazy that the thought of you just being a vegetarian freaks them out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was always so drastically unhealthy. I'm just not a moderation kind of guy, you know? Like, I'm going to be unhealthy, I'm going to be unhealthy, and now I'm, like, trying to be healthy, and so I'm taking that to extremes, too, you know? I love it, man. It was, I describe it in the book, how I did drugs to the point where I was, like, hearing voices and seeing, like, hallucinations. I mean, people were walking around my apartment that were never actually there, you know? Wow. Like, you know, I even kid around, and it's not even a joke, it's completely serious, that I had like full-on interventions where like people showed up and like walked in and had a seat to have this talk with me, and it turned out they were never there.
They were never there?
They were never there. I hallucinated interventions.
That would be the most awkward episode of that show, when it's just you in a room, crying, listening to nobody. It's just dead air for an hour.
The poor neighbor, like always.
Have you apologized to that neighbor?
I did.
Did you really?
I tracked him down, yeah. I tracked him down and I apologized to him.
Just so people have what was some of the things you did to your neighbor at the height of your...
Yeah, I pounded on the wall and smashed a hole through all the way with like like a broomstick. Like I poked all the way through into his apartment.
You gave him a glory hole in his condo.
Yeah, exactly. And
with Steve-O on the other side of it, by the way. Like,
it was nuts because this poor guy, man. Like I'm hearing voices in my ears. You know, is how it works. You know, and these like some of them are telling me like mean things and telling me to hurt myself. And some of them are telling me that like they're worried about me and they want me. And I'm, you know, when they're telling me like, hey, you've really got a problem, these voices, I'm like screaming, I'm fine, I'm there, you know. I'm just screaming. I'm like literally alone in my apartment, screaming at voices
nothing,
at my head.
And a neighbor peering through the hole. Are you sure you're fine? Steve, are you sure you're good in there?
It was crazy.
But let me ask you, with the life that you had, and looking back in page 4, it must blow you away.
Yeah,
the fact that you're here.
Crazy, man.
Here you are on the precipice of this new road. Like, are you confident as to where this road goes and where it ends?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. But I do know this, that the way that we treat others is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. And clearly, you know, at the point when, you know, when the intervention happened with Knoxville and the guys, by that point, I just did not have good feelings about myself, and
forget the way you treat others, the way you were treating yourself.
The way I was treating myself, and because of the way I felt about myself, clearly, you know, I didn't have anything nice or to say or do to anybody else, and it was really hard to deal with that in you know, in this recovery process where you take an honest look at yourself and your actions. You know, like.
And did you come to a conclusion about yourself? Or?
Well, about 100 days into sobriety. And working, you know, this program, like the fog cleared, and I was able to see myself.
I thought you were going to say you set your testicles on fire again. I was like, oh, did you relapse? I found a lighter.
Now the fog cleared, and I was able to see myself for what I'd really turned into, and I was horrified, man. I felt like I couldn't forgive myself, and it was bad, man. Like I wound up in a psychiatric ward, having been sober for 100 days.
Wow.
Know?
Wow.
And yeah, it was wild.
But you've come such a. It's 3 years of sobriety, by the way. In case you didn't know. Congratulations.
And going back, you know, going back to the first question about being vegan, you know, like by deliberately changing the way that I act towards others, towards animals, you know, towards the environment, you know, it really has rearranged the way that I feel about myself, and it's really benefited every area of my life.
Let me ask you this: you say in the book, and we're already running out of time. I hate that. You say in the book that your life changed when you got a camcorder. That was it for you.
Yeah.
So could you imagine being like 6 to 9 years old now, getting a flip cam and having access to YouTube? Like, we wouldn't be talking, right?
It would be tough to stand out, you know, in all that. But then, you know, so part of me thinks, oh, I would never stand out in all that sea of videos. But then look at Justin Bieber. You know, he came up on YouTube, right? So, so it's entirely possible, man.
I think that's the only parallel you could ever draw to a 6-year-old Steve-O and a flip cam and Justin Bieber is the fact that you'd both be on YouTube.
Yeah,
I think that's about it.
The way that I did it, you know, I stole a video camera from my dad. You know, that's how I started. I filmed. I was in University of Miami. This girl saw that I wasn't going to class. This girlfriend I had. I wasn't going to class. All I wanted to do was jump off the diving boards at the pool and ride my skateboard. She told me she was looking into her future and couldn't see me in it. so she dumped me, and it broke my heart. And from that point, like, I wanted to jump off of. Instead of the diving boards, jump off of like apartment buildings into shallow pools and be crazy. And I was
prove her wrong. I'll be in your future.
Right. Well, you know. And I wound up, you know, if I was filming all these stunts and showing to people, and they really reacted, like, genuinely, like, they were shocked and entertained and impressed. And I thought at that point, you know, there's something here, man. So I kept filming, and I was like, I'm going to be a crazy stuntman. I always had 2 VCRs plugged together, and I was just recording, filming, editing, duping, and going to the post office with VHS tapes, sending them out to anybody I thought might watch them. Wow. And my goal was really to be in skateboard videos. And then, you know, the guy who was in charge of the skateboard videos that I was featured in, he went to Spike Jones and he said, hey, Spike, man, everybody really loves our videos, but nobody cares how much about the skateboarding.
The skateboarding part,
Thinking if we take out the skateboarding, what's left over would be a great show. And then, you know, they took out the skateboarding.
Like, man, I learned to skateboard for nothing. Oh, well, that's okay. How does this lead to accidental sex with a tranny, real quick?
Okay.
How does that part? Because
we're literally out of time, but I mean, how does this...
I will tell you, man, like, we took out the skateboarding. What was left over was me and Knoxville and the guys. It was jackass. All of us guys, we just love we love doing gay stuff. We love running around in thongs. We love all the homoerotic stuff. And it's never been like about making fun of homosexuals or targeting them or attacking them at all. What it has been about is really, and I feel this is true, is a noble effort on our part to rid the world of homophobia. You know, we're like
one tranny at a time.
Well, no, we love we delight in making homophobic people uncomfortable with all of our gay humor. And as I'm writing that in the book, I'm saying, you know, like, I feel like we're doing something helpful and confronting homophobia. And then I realized, well, how can I say that and then not include the part about the time that tranny went down on me? Yeah,
and another chapter was born.
That would be a little hypocritical.
Steve, you gotta. I know you're in a crazy press tour right now, and again, the book is incredible. When you're done with it, if you have a second, I'd love to do an extended chat with you and really
I would
get
love
down
that
to it.
too. But let me do this trick.
You're not gonna.
I'm gonna be fine. I saw this ladder.
Real quick. He saw a ladder.
Yeah. See, like.
Just promise me this doesn't end with blood or semen or a tranny. Okay.
Okay.
Candace just ran to the back of the room.
Oh wow, it's heavy.
What is it?
I can't.
Okay.
I got it. Don't worry. I got it.
Do you? There's a lot of plasmas around here, Steve. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Really? Yeah, this is going to happen right here. Wow. Does balancing this on your chin bring you back to the tranny? No, don't.
Oh, my God. Dude, so good. Please come back for another chat. Steve-O, Professional Idiot, a memoir, is now available. Head over to steve-o.com for info on his book tour. Coming up, an all-new weekend edition of DVD Tuesday with Chris Good.
He's reviewing Breaking Bad. That means we're going to talk about meth. Remember, it's a hell of a drug.
School's out, summer's here, and it's time to party in style. So pump up the jams with the TDK 3-speaker boombox. This retro music player from the 80s is making a comeback with a super sleek modern redesign that'll make even the biggest Mac fanboy jealous. For as good as it looks, it sounds even better. Its crisp highs and deep lows give you a full-range sound that's superior to most stereo systems. It's also got just about any input you could ever need, with a standard auxiliary jack, a USB input, and even an instrument jack for that keytar you love so much. Feel like taking it on the go? Just throw in a dozen D batteries and you're ready to roll. So if you're into the retro feel of an old school boombox with some new school style, then go get the TDK 3-speaker boombox for $500.
Your facts bear, your facts bear. Who's facts bear? We could get one of the interns to do it. All right. Little Keith. Yeah, little Keith can do it. Work it. Feel that bear suit.
Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show. Trueblood's Nelson Ellis drops by the studio live to help us score some vampire blood. Then we've got a new waterproof, shockproof, and crush-proof digital camera from Pentax. But is it review-proof? Find out on Gadget Prawn. And we'll check out crazy Chuck Taylors inspired by DC Comics heroes like Batman, Green Lantern, and the Joker on Sneakerheads. See it Monday.
Edition of DVD Tuesday. Look who's back, y'all! It's Boombox Chris Gore.
Hey, folks. It's Friday. I'm here. Let's do it.
It is Friday.
A lot
You're
to
here.
talk about today.
All right. What do we have first?
First up, we have Breaking Bad, the complete third season.
Now, a lot of Breaking Bad fans considered season 3 the best yet. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. It would not have been great, though, had it not been for the previous 2 seasons, which set up all the conflict in here. Familial conflict, there's conflict.
Lots of conflict.
Familiar. There's a lot of conflict, which is always the best drama. But, you know, who'd have thunk that, like, selling crystal meth would lead to all that drama? I guess it does.
Who'd have thunk
a lot
it?
of drama. A lot of drama.
Now, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul both won Emmys for their work in season 3. Was it deserved?
Well deserved, because there's a real tough balance with this show, mixing the intense drama with comedy. This episode we're seeing now, one of my favorites, The Fly, where they're just trying to take care of this fly that's in the room for the whole episode. It's just them trying to deal with that. And also, if you're a huge fan of Chris Hardwick, and I'm a huge fan of Chris, he looks just like Aaron Paul. So if you ever thought, what would Chris Hardwick's life be like if he sold crystal meth? You can just watch Breaking Bad.
This is it. Okay.
I love Chris Hardwick.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it.
Nice.
I'm putting it right next to seasons 1 and 2, which are already on my shelf.
Awesome. What's up next?
Cool. Up next, we have Trueblood, the complete 3rd season.
Now, what kind of blood-sucking craziness can we expect this time around?
Well, this is the show where I think the opener of the show is always awesome. The closer, the season ender, always awesome. And then you've got a lot of middling stuff in it. This season, what's interesting is, there's a lot of commentary with Alan Ball, the creator of the show. And this show is definitely features a lot of man-on-man action, to the point where even Alan Ball, who is himself gay, said, wow, this show's really gay. Even he thought it was maybe too much man-on-man action.
That's hysterical. Are there any special features?
The special features are commentary, and then also these things where characters pop up in a pop-up screen and in character tell you about what's happening on the show, providing commentary.
Oh, look at that, it's
and they had fake wolves for stands, but they actually used real wolves in the show. But like Andy, who we're seeing there, one of my favorites, they come in and in character, they talk about what's going on in the show, which makes no sense. It's ridiculous. I know you're actors. You can drop that whole fake
what do you
stuff
mean
and
they
actually
talk about stuff that makes no sense?
Yeah, it's like, the in character, them talking about what's happening with the character on the show, which is dumb because their characters would never be watching the show. And it's stupid. It makes no sense.
Okay, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it, because still, Trueblood, chicks dig Trueblood. That's a fact. Chicks dig it. They dig the show.
Okay, what else do you have for us?
We have the Superman motion picture anthology.
Now, what do we get in this new Man of Steel collection?
Well, you get the first 2 Superman films, directed by Richard Donner. You get both the theatrical cut and the re-edits that Richard Donner did. In fact, Superman 2, which we're seeing Superman fight General Zod, the amazing Neil. Before Zod, in turns Neil.
Ow.
Before me. What he did with Superman 2, is make it more serious, because Richard Donner started directing Superman 2 and then left the production. Someone else finished it and made it more comedic. But what's weird about this is then you've got the other Superman movies are also included in the motion picture anthology.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you feel about Superman Returns being included among the Christopher Reeve classics?
I mean, it's fine that they put it in there. I'm not a big fan of Superman Returns. I like to call that movie Superman Lifts. But Brandon Routh is awesome. I mean, he's been great in like Scott Pilgrim and a bunch of other stuff. He was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Brandon Routh was so good in that. So big fan of Brandon Routh as an actor. Superman Returns just did not deliver, unfortunately.
Okay, all right. Well, what's the bottom line?
This is a split decision. It's really weird. It's a pass. But I bought Superman 1 and 2.
It's a pass buy?
It's a pass on the box set. Pass on the box set. Buy Superman 1 and 2. But if you want, you know what? Go ahead.
Just buy the whole thing.
Yeah, you can buy the box set, and then you'll get, 3 free movies you'll never watch. That's basically, if you buy the box set. I'm never going to buy the box set, just the first 2 movies.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Have a good Friday. I will.
For more, follow him on Twitter @ChrisScore. And now over to, what's his snacks?
Thanks, Chris, and see you next Tuesday for DV Tuesday. Everyone knows that sexting your penis is wrong, so draw your junk and send it instead. These drawing apps for the iPad will let you make a masterpiece out of your piece.
Fire up your iPad and unleash your artistic side with our favorite new drawing and painting apps. Want to make things like logos and cartoons? Well, the best tool for the job lets you draw shapes by placing points, also known as vectors. This whole vector thing will make a lot more sense after you start using Inkpad, our favorite new touch-based vector app on the iPad. Simply select a tool, then tap and drag on the canvas to begin creating lines, squares, circles, and more. Then use Inkpad's pen tool for ultimate control over your shapes. Tap to place a point and drag your finger to create a curved line. Create a corner point by tapping with the second finger while you drag. With some practice, you'll be drawing anything you can imagine. Use the color palette to change the fill and stroke, or to add a gradient and a drop shadow. Though it looks like a much simplified version of Adobe Illustrator, Inkpad includes many of Illustrator's most powerful features, including converting strokes to outlines, creating multiple layers, masks, and adding type to a path. If you'd rather trace over an existing image, Inkpad does that as well. Just import a photo from your library, lock that layer, then create a new layer and draw on top. If you know Illustrator, you're going to feel right at home with Inkpad. It's one of the most powerful drawing apps on the iPad, and it's a fraction of Illustrator's $600 price tag. Get it for just $2.99 in the iTunes App Store. Are you looking for something a little more sketchy? Well, pick up Procreate. This app has been described as the most responsive painting application on the iPad. Paint strokes appear underneath your finger with zero lag time, something that many touch-based paint apps just can't do. Start by choosing a color from the palette. Next, pick a brush from the list or edit one to look and feel exactly how you want it. Drag to select the pressure and the size of your brush, and paint by dragging across the canvas. Then blend your painted lines together with the finger smudge tool. Though the pros are using Procreate with a stylus, your finger works just as well. If starting from scratch isn't your thing, import a picture and paint on top of it, or use the smudge brush to blend the colors in an existing photo to make it look like a painting. Procreate also lets you create your own brushes from images, so you have unlimited options. For artists serious about their work, Procreate is a bargain at $4.99. Desktop drawing and painting apps have finally met their match. So turn your iPad into a mobile art studio with these killer apps.
Kevin would like to watch a porno with you.
That is true. You're welcome. If you live in Los Angeles, Zach Perlman and myself are hosting a new podcast called The Stroke of Genius. And you can come watch us record the first episode tonight at midnight. April O'Neil, she's our guest. She also lets people put penises inside of her. So she'll be there.
For tickets, go to losangeles.ucbtheater.com.
It says it on her W-2. It's fine.
It's only $5, so Kevin hopes to see you there.
Yes, please come on out. Thanks to our guests, Steve-O, Kristen Adams, Jason Mewes, Sarah Arnold, Chris Hardwick, and Chris Gore. Starts right now. Good night.
Hey, get it. Stop.
Get it on my nose. Get it on my nose.